I think we can do that better than that.
We'll do it better, I'll do it better. We'll do it again.
I think it's better if I'm doing it straight to the camera, not side on, don't you? Like if it goes boom and him like that.
Stop high to it, yeah, stop.
Morning. Yeah, there we go. Old Lazar Lamb was born here. Morning. So you're all ready to do some baking, are you?
We're not
We're not. We're just going to watch. Yeah. Good. That's what I need. Eating cakes, right?
What, and then you happen to get a job at Teddington Studios?
Yeah, without doubt, I got 2 jobs at Teddington Studio, which was rather the fucking irony.
I think you...
Hey, Dad, look, let me tell you.
Dad!
Look, George. You fucking take the piss. You wait till you're fucking 75. Good.
Rav, nice
Good.
to meet you.
Larry, nice to meet you, Ravneet.
We'll just sit here and let them bring everything
Okay,
in.
should I put the coffee machine on? Do you want coffee?
Yeah, definitely. Thank you, lovely.
Cup of tea. Is he going to stay there? He needs to get in a space, otherwise that's going to cause fucking dramas there.
We'll sort it out.
I know.
Everything's fine.
I only told you once. You're the one that's brought it up
No, you're
again.
not. Jamesy, my dad's got OCD. Will you straighten your car up, please? Thanks, mate.
There's nothing fussy about me.
How you doing, darling? You all right? Nice to see you. This is my dad, Harry.
Nice to meet you. Can I use the loo quickly? Is that it? Fantastic.
How you doing, darling? You all right? Yeah, really good.
Yeah.
I've just taken the tea bag out.
You're an angel.
I don't know. I'm not
Whatever,
very tea.
he can figure it out. How did the baking go? How's it turned out? You happy?
Great. You know what? The bread is so good that I actually ate a few slices.
Really?
Whilst I was making the bread pudding because it's so good. I toasted it. I had it on its own. Loads of butter on top. Excellent.
You're making bread pudding?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
I thought what better thing to do than make bread pudding with
For
this
me,
bread. And
a major part of my life.
great. Well, I feel pressure now because
You should.
yeah.
My nan was an Olympic champion
Oh, goodness.
at bread pudding making. That's it. You like buying it?
I like buying
But
it.
it's never good. It's never as good as the real deal. 'Cause
I
it
buy it
gets
from
wet.
Greg's.
It gets wet.
Yeah, it gets wet.
It gets wet.
Yeah.
It's not supposed to be wet. I don't know why that would be.
It is wet.
Yeah.
Yeah. So today I've tried to make a version
Yeah,
that you'll
good.
like.
Yeah.
I hope with the bread, keeping some of the flavour of the bread in there. I adapted the recipe a bit.
So basically, you have to wait for the bread to go stale.
Yeah, so ideally it's really good for stale bread, but you can use fresh bread, but I think it's much nicer when you've got, like, I keep all my odds and ends in the freezer in a bag, and then when I have enough, I cut all the crusts off and I make bread pudding. And bread pudding is perfect for it because you rehydrate it by pouring milk or water onto it and like squidging it up again. That's how you get this texture.
Well, let's give it a whirl.
Well, it's actually just ready. I checked it.
It looks absolutely fabulous.
But I thought we should dust it with icing sugar.
Definitely. We're going to give this out at Chelmsford M&S.
So no more pressure then.
Yeah,
No pressure at all.
This is like there's a whole generational
Yeah.
pressure sitting
That's
on your
it.
shoulders now. Just
I feel like most things like bread pudding, because they're so traditional, people are very fussy about it.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone has in their mind
Oh,
how
yeah.
it should taste.
Oh, yeah. Very fussy about
Yeah.
it. It's looking good.
Is it looking good?
It's looking very good.
Just say it's good.
But it's not feeling wet and clammy.
that's banging.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's wonderful.
I didn't add any extra raisins. Also, the bread is a bit treacly.
It's really
So I didn't add
good,
any of
and
that.
it's not gone all clammy.
It's really good bread. I'll buy it.
Okay, wicked.
I will buy it.
But we were talking, we went for dinner last night to Big Joe. I was talking to the chef there, and just about like generational knowledge being lost, you know, so like you saw that, but then I didn't see it from you, and I didn't see it that much from my mum, so all of a sudden, we're now at this, like, you know, we've got a whole generation of people who basically don't know how to cook.
Yeah.
It's actually quite dangerous, I think.
Did you learn from your mum?
My mum always cooked at home, always.
Yeah.
And I learned, she was really fussy though, like very clean, wouldn't let me in the kitchen that much. But I grew up eating a lot of home cooked food.
Yep.
And then when I started trying to learn, she helped me. And like, I think that knowledge of spices and palettes, and like you don't buy those things from the supermarket, you make it yourself.
Yeah.
Is ingrained in me. Like pickles, like you don't throw out lemons that you've squeezed, you make a pickle out of it.
Yeah.
Stuff like
Everything.
that.
And my nan, when I went to live with her, I lived with her for about 5 years, she taught me everything. Like everything, like anything goes wrong with me, I just do it. I've always got a needle and thread.
Always got a needle and thread.
I do it. Fix it. Yeah.
And you can make bread pudding.
You know,
You
never
can't
really
make
got
bread.
into
You
make
can't make bread
Can I have
pudding.
that little bit
Of
there?
course.
please?
If you can,
You
you've been
must.
keeping it very quiet.
Shall I get a cake box?
Yeah,
Maybe.
great.
God, that's so good. So good. Oh, well, you should. Fucking hell, it's such a good one. Good body to it as
I'm
well.
so glad you liked it. I feel relieved now.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, there you go. You can take that on your journey with you.
That's great.
Wonderful.
All right, we'll report back.
Yes, please
All right,
do.
take
So
care.
nice to
Thank
meet
you.
Hey, you too.
It's going to be a whole game.
All right. There you go, the scene of my birth.
Here,
There.
shut up.
Yeah, that's where I was born. That was the weird thing I told you when I got my first. I got a first sort of like a little commercial film. I said, "Where is it?" He said, "It's Edmonton." I said, "Really?" He said, "Yeah." He said, I said, "Where?" He said, "There's a place called the Main Factory." I said, "God, you're joking. That's where all the family used to, everybody, you could always go and get a job at the Main Factory."
Right.
It was just down here. So I got in my car, drove over earlier, get there before anybody else. But I thought, well, Craig Park is still there. And I'm sitting by the fence on the road, looking through at one of those old park huts they used to have, like all finished properly, like Tudor with lovely tiles on it and everything. And inside it was a big thing, and inside it was like a bench went all the way around, because I couldn't see that, I could just see.
I can
the
see
thing.
where this is going.
Where it went was, next week I'm down with you at Granny Jess's, and I told her the story, why I was there and how I was there, and I'm sitting by the fence and I'm looking around and said, "You know what, Mum, the weirdest thing was, I had this very strange feeling going through me, and it just like, what is going on?" And I said, "There's no chance, is there, that it's sort of something to do with me, is it?" And she started to look, because you know you couldn't talk about anything. She was going so red, it was like, like that. And I said, like, there's not a chance that's where I was conceived, is it? And she went, yeah. I was conceived on the bench in that fucking, in that park.
Wow.
Yep,
Wow.
right from the horse's mouth.
That's nuts.
Yeah. But that would have been it, you know, like true romance, right? It's a real love story. A new developed line of fish from the River Chelm.
George, what we'll do is I'll give you a cue, turn as if you're sort of a little bit surprised to see us. Great, we're here.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that, Dad. Here we are on the banks of the River Chelm in sunny Essex. It's the final day of our tour across Britain by Bread, and we're handing out bread pudding, in fact, made with the fruit and treacle loaf that we've got going on with Marks and Spencer's. Dad, are you excited?
I'm always excited about bread pudding, boy, since I was a baby.
Right, let's get in
especially
there, mate.
when I'm back in Essex.
That wasn't very good.
That's good bread pudding. Hey.
Can I offer you some bread pudding, madam? Sir? Who doesn't want a bit of bread pudding, eh?
Hey, bread pudding.
Offer you some bread pudding, madam. It's called bread pudding, which is a kind of
bread pudding. Okay,
yeah, it's a delicacy from the UK. We've got a company called Wildfarmed. We've just started working with Marks and Spencer, so we've got these 4 different loaves that we sell through M&S now. This is made with the fruit and treacle, and we farm in a way that puts soil health first. looking after the planet, looking after you. It is indeed. Basically, it just means when you're buying your bread from M&S now, you're being part of, sorting out the climate. Thank you very much for the support, sir. Appreciate that. No, don't get too caught up in bread duty. You look like you work here, like doing something else. Just stand up. How are you doing? You all right? Great. How you doing? You all right, Daisy? No way, Daisy. Can I offer you some bread pudding? Bread pudding, yeah.
Oh, yes, I'm 103 on November the 18th.
103. That's incredible, Dada. Look out, Dada.
Amazing.
Let that lady get through.
Sorry, darling.
Let's see if it passes Daisy's test. Yeah?
There you go.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Hey,
See you later.
bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
I'm all right, how are you?
No chance.
Hey.
Can I offer you some bread pudding? Great.
What you're about is wet forward.
Yeah.
Saving the soil.
Yeah.
Because people don't realise.
We started because of exactly that reason. That was the kind of jumping off point. And my business partner read an article, said if we didn't radically change the food system, we were all finished.
Yeah.
So this is good for you, good for the planet. The taste of redemption. Yeah, exactly. Just fight in, feel better about everything.
I fell into this business completely by accident. Like flip, and here I am in Marks and Spencer's in Chelmsford.
Well, I'm glad because I hope you do a bit of good. What I do without their food.
No, exactly. And we've seen it right across the country.
We sell the bread. You have to do the making it into the bread pudding bit yourself. Although after today, maybe we'll start selling the bread pudding because everybody seems to be into it.
I'm looking for a boyfriend.
Here you go. He'll do. Here's a lady here. She's 90. And
No
she's
way.
Still looking for a boyfriend.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Am I free? Yeah. I'll have to speak to my wife, but
I was
I'm
gonna
sure
say,
I can get some.
You haven't got nothing what I want.
Getting knocked back by 90-year-olds.
I get muddled all the time. I start talking to people about he's my dad. No, I know, they killed me off, mate. That was it. Un vrai plaisir. À la prochaine.
Gotta look there.
Yeah, that's it. As far as I'm concerned, if I can help people understand why it's better for them to eat well-produced goods, then I'm in. I feel very passionate about it. I mean, it's terrifying to think of how things could go. It's time for people like me who've got the last few years left to them to help out in the best way we can. Hiya! Have you tried the bread pudding? Try it. You might like it.
Nice. How are we doing? He is great. I know that. Yeah, he would have been even better if he could have sold you some bread, wouldn't he? Eh?
Yeah, they've got bread.
Huh? Oh, you
already tried
okay,
it.
Good. Oh, great.
To the car, will you?
Shall we?
Yeah, do it.
That would be quite funny.
If I can get in it.
You do the link, so
Yeah,
like really
do-
straight.
right.
Like, you're not doing it.
So am I doing a link to camera?
Yeah, that's it from Chelmsford. That's it for the tour.
I say, Dad, you're all right, and you just.
Bread pudding.
Well, that's it from Chelmsford. We've reached the end of the Wildfarmed M&S tour. We've had a great time going across the country. Dad's absolutely loved it, haven't you, Dad?
Wildfarms with Marks and Spencer's.
Exactly.
Yeah, guys. Well done. Brilliant.